Welcome to the JapShow finale, round number 6 of the UK front-wheel drive drag series and the final round of the season. Yesterday was testing and some of our racers performed really well, but let's see how they're going to do today on race day.
Thanks for that, Luke. We had 9 cars entered for this event, but after breakages yesterday, we're now somewhat depleted. The weather is also not playing ball, but one thing you're guaranteed of when you race at Santa Pod, the track crew will never give up if they think there's a chance the track will open. They have a huge arsenal of drying equipment, including the jet dryers, and I think it's starting to look pretty dry out there. The JapShow finale is always a big event here, attracting lots of club stands, run what you brungers, and even drift rides and sound-offs. Plus there's a big show and shine competition, live music, and a ton of trade stands. But one of the top attractions is always the UK Front Wheel Drive Drag Series, which is completing its 2019 championship this weekend. As Luke said before, some of our teams were out testing yesterday and several suffered damage, one of which was Alan Duthie's Corsa, all the way from Scotland.
I know you've had lots of problems with lifting heads throughout the year. You've gone to a new engine and...
We built a new engine for this meeting. We changed over the block, cylinder head, crank triggers, everything. We did one run yesterday, it wasn't too bad. We got to the end, everything seemed fine. We did the next run and then lifted the cylinder head on the burnout. So got to change some things for next year, I think, and maybe go back a step and see where we've gone wrong, see what's causing this. Because you went for previous seasons without any problems at all, didn't you, for most of the year? Yeah, that's right. We did most of the season run free, just went home, changed oils and things like that, and back for the next rounds. But this year we pushed a wee bit harder, different setup, and unfortunately it's not really worked for us.
You're obviously still enjoying the scene, aren't you?
Oh yeah. I mean, the car breaks, you just come and enjoy it, help anybody else out who needs help, and it's good, but it's one of these things.
2018 champion Phil Reeves is back out with the 9-second Fiesta. He made it to the final at USC before the rain came down.
Well, Phil, it's a great shame we missed that last final. It was going to be a real tight race between you and Dougie. As it's turned out, he's now really jumped up his performance, so it's going to be a fight this time, isn't it?
Yeah, so I saw him in the stands last night do his 9.6. So came straight back to the car, checked the logs, just made sure everything's okay for today in the chance like a one-shoot qualifier. Yeah, but it's fair play to him, it's going at last. From USC, I changed suspension. This season, or to this event, I've done new hubs, bigger CV joints to try and run a bigger tyre. But I'm going to have to go back to the 24-inch tyres. And now I think, well, the car's quite consistent on those tyres. So I could enter next year and maybe do well in it, hopefully.
With a break in the weather and the track drying nicely, it's time for our cars to go off to be scrutineered. Safety is very important in the front-wheel drive drag series, and Scrutineering makes sure that all the safety measures are in place and that they're all current and working well. As we mentioned before, several of our drivers came out in yesterday's test session and either matched or beat their personal bests, including Brad Morgan, Scott Lurie and Josh Holmes. Series points leader Dougie Gemmell with the TDI North-backed Civic, however, knocked his personal best into next week, posting his first ever 9-second run.
It's been a real consistent low 10-second car all this year. You've been looking for the 9s. Suddenly, last night in testing, wow, with a vengeance.
Yeah, we were testing the strain gauge yesterday, so we're setting it up still. We've managed to get it to work, the trigger elements and things like that, and because of the weather forecast not being so great today, obviously it's alright now, we thought we've got one last chance to put this to bed this year, so I just went for it and obviously got our 9.6.
Now I know at the last round you had problems with your gear selector in that it wasn't selecting when to cut the power on shifts, so obviously that's working okay now.
Yeah, we pulled the gearbox apart and we had a look at the actual standard Honda gear mechanism. Had failed in 2 or 3 different points, so basically all we've done is put some fresh tyres on and a new gear linkage in, so it's pretty much the same settings, so yeah, it's good.
And you're not even on race fuel yet, are you?
No. Obviously we want to set the strain gauge up and rule all the problems out, but now we've got it working, now we can put the C85 in and go from there.
The weather's still not too promising, but it looks like we might be in a go situation soon. And indeed we are. The cars are called down the old fire-up road here at Santapod, and it's time for our drivers to get suited and booted and get their race heads on. The plan is still to run at least 2 qualifiers, then hope the rain holds off long enough to go into eliminations. So it's Josh Holmes, Dougie Gemmell and Phil Reeves who make it down to the start line for Q1. The track crew have done a great job of getting the racing surface absolutely dry so we can race. Remember, in drag racing, we can't race if there is any moisture on the track.
Okay, so we are kicking off with
our newly crowned 2019 champion, Dougie Gemmell. He's steadily stepped things up in his TDI North Civic and is now a 9-second runner. Can he post another 9 on this qualifying run? He'll want to do that to prove it wasn't a one-off. Wheel spin off the line, but he's sticking with it. He's a man on a mission. And look at that! Yes, a 990 at 155 miles per hour. He'll be happy with that. Next up is Josh Holmes in the Corsair Racing Corsa. He's running alongside Phil Reeves in the Horsham Developments backed Fiesta. Phil regularly runs down in the mid-9s. Josh, in testing yesterday, equalled his personal best 11.2. Strong launches from both cars. Phil with those huge front wheels looks to be on a good run, and it's a quick one for Josh as well. 9.57 at 148 for Phil to a slowing 12.49 for Josh. In replay, you can see both these cars running straight and true right down the centre of the groove, setting things up nicely for qualifier number 2. But it was never to be. With the cars about to pull round for Q2, the rain returned with a vengeance. If you keep an eye on the top end of the track, you'll see it getting closer and closer, and the decision had to be made to call the event.
Okay, with qualifying round number 1 in the bag, we were about to see qualifying round number 2. Mother Nature had other ideas. The rain came, JapShow finale is done. That's the end of the season, unfortunately. Massive congratulations, though, to Dougie Gemmell. Number 2 last year, number 1 this year. He is your championship winner and with a 9-second car, so he'll be happy with his season's performance. This season you started off very, very consistent in the low 10s, and that's what this championship is about, is turning up, getting the round points, taking the wins, and then you finished off the season showing your hand with a 9-second run. How'd the season go for you overall?
You know, we've been doing a lot of trial and errors, so we've obviously knew that was in the car, so to get it on the final event is fantastic, and it's been a lot of hard work getting there.
That is the end of the season. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you tune in for 2020. Major changes to UK front-wheel drive drag racing here at Santapod Raceway. Goodbye.